Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a video about Johnny Depp. And the reason why I want to do a video about Johnny Depp is because he is suing the Sun in the UK for defamation. And I believe that the trial is taking place right now, and it's much publicized. And there's a lot of, really salacious details, and I'm sure it's very difficult and very traumatic for him to have to go through this. But I just want to say, and I've said this before on Twitter, but I just want to say thank you to Johnny Depp, because I personally, my life was destroyed. My life was completely destroyed. I was a lifelong human and civil rights licensed attorney activist. I was an anti-racism activist. My dream was to be a professor and to spend the rest of my life in academia. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Did not expect that. Okay, I'm gonna pull it together. Pull it together, Sarah. Pull it together. Okay, so I'm sure Johnny Depp will never see this, and this message will never get to him, but I would love it if it did. So I am, just in case it does, I'll just say was the purported villain of the Living or Napping While Black incident at Yale University, the PhD candidate in philosophy, but in point of fact, I am the entirely innocent victim of the Living or Napping While Black hate crime hoax at Yale. Subsequently, my life was completely destroyed, and I almost died after a global vilification and defamation campaign against me led by the Yale administration and the entire moral outrage industry, including the New York Times and the LA Times and the Washington Post and CNN and MSNBC and NBC News and NPR, and the list just goes on and on and on. So anyway, just Google my name if you're interested, if anyone's interested. And also, of course, watch my YouTube videos. Please subscribe. So anyway, my life was destroyed. I almost killed myself countless times. I was deluged. I'm still deluged with death threats and threats of violence. I am still more or less in hiding. I will never be able to get a job, support myself, etc., etc. And I was, the antithesis of a public figure, living like a hermit, like Rapunzel, like a recluse at the top of a tower on Yale's campus. And I was recorded without my knowledge or consent, and it was the grossest violation of my privacy. I was standing in the threshold of my own isolated Yale dorm room. And this was after I had been terrorized for months by a group of Yale students with the consent of the Yale administration and police and the cooperation of the Yale administration and police. But anyway, enough about me. I am still fighting for justice and vindication and light and truth, and I will never stop, and I will never stop fighting to restore due process and civil liberties and free speech on college campuses, including Yale and everywhere. But enough about me. So what I said on Twitter, and I just want to repeat that here, is I just want to say thank you to Johnny Depp, because there are so many of us like me who were falsely accused. I was falsely accused of racial harassment, and actually falsely accused of having perpetrated a racist hate crime comparable to a lynching. And there's so many of us who have been falsely accused, defamed, lost our livelihoods, been fired, been expelled, been disbarred, our lives destroyed, and we don't have your resources. We don't have your resources. And so I'm probably not gonna get my day in court. I'm probably not gonna get my day in court. I'm probably not gonna be able to sue CNN. I'm probably not going to be able to sue the New York Times. I'm probably not going to be able to sue Joy Reid. And they know this. They know this. They know I have no power and no money and no resources. So this is why they think it's okay to drive me to suicide. They think it's okay to destroy my life, because who could care? Because I'm a nobody. Who could care about a nobody, right? Like me. So they don't care, and they're not going to apologize, and they're not going to retract. Yeah, getting upset. And I just want to say thank you to Johnny Depp, because thank you for fighting this. Thank you for suing the Sun. Thank you for going through the trial. I know it's hard. Thank you. Thank you for doing this, because you are not just fighting for yourself. You are not just fighting for justice and vindication for yourself. You're fighting for all of us. I'm probably not going to get my day in court. I'm probably not going to get my day in court. Okay, now my makeup's going to be dripping off my face. It's okay. I'm probably not going to get my day in court. So thank you for doing this, because I consider a win for you, and I am cheering you on. I am cheering you on. You are not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for me, and you're doing it for everyone who has been falsely accused and defamed and have had their lives ruined, and there's basically nothing they can do about it. And you can do something about it, and you can do it not just for yourself, you can do it for all of us. You can do it for all of us. So thank you for doing this. Thank you for going through this, because I know it's hard. I know it's hard, and thank you for doing it, because you have the resources to do this that we don't have. And you're not just doing this for yourself. You're doing it for everyone. We have to stop the moral outrage industry. We can't let them destroy one more innocent life. We can't let them get one more person killed, drive one more person to suicide, destroy one more career. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. So I'll just tell a funny story, a cute story, a funny story, to cheer everybody up after I've been bawling. So I actually, I met Johnny Depp ages and ages ago when I was a young whippersnapper. I was kind of had this little cottage industry at the Standard Hollywood on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, and I handled all of the photo shoots and film shoots and the press junkets. So we actually did the press junket for Blow, the movie with Johnny Depp, of course, and Penelope Cruz. So of course Johnny Depp was there, and I met him, and I can just say that he is the loveliest. You know, I met him very briefly, of course, but I just can say that he is like the loveliest, sweetest, kindest person. I was obviously very starstruck, and he could not have been any kinder or any sweeter to me. He did not treat me like the nuisance that I'm sure I was at all. He was so sweet and so lovely. So I actually was escorting him. I'll tell you this, my quick Johnny Depp story. So I was actually escorting him in the elevator down to the basement, because, you know, his car was going to come pick him up in the basement garage, and then he was going to drive away. So of course that, you know, he would be able to sneak away without being harassed by anyone. So I was trying to be professional, because I was representing the hotel, and we were in the elevator, and the elevator doors open, and I said, "Oh, please, after you." And he said, "No, please, after you." And I said, "No, please, after you." Okay, because I was just like starstruck and acting like an idiot. So anyway, so Johnny Depp actually took my forearm, my upper arm, like by my shoulder, like here, up here. And he was being perfectly gentlemanly. And obviously, even if he hadn't been perfectly gentlemanly, I'm sure I wouldn't have minded. But he was being perfectly gentlemanly, but he actually kind of ran his hand down the back of my upper arm and took my elbow and then like led me out of the elevator. Probably because he was like, we need to leave the elevator because I need to get in my car and drive away. But anyway, that's my Johnny Depp story, and I thought, okay, I'm never gonna wash this arm ever again. But anyway, that's my Johnny Depp story. He was absolutely lovely to me. He could not have been a nicer person. And I have another funny story having to do with that press junket, though. So, Pee Wee Herman was in the movie, and he needed his suit dry cleaned. And so we were all on walkie-talkies, the hotel people that were handling the press junket. And so it was this glorious, like, multicolored striped suit. And so I was running down the Sunset Strip with a walkie-talkie in one hand, screaming and yelling at people to do this, that, or the other thing. And in the other hand, I was carrying Pee Wee Herman's glorious multicolored suit, and I took it to the dry cleaners, and I got it dry cleaned. And then I ran back down the Sunset Strip with Pee Wee Herman's suit to get it back to the hotel, to get it back to him for the press junket. And this was a successful endeavor. But anyway, that's my other cute story about handling that press junket for Blow at the Standard Hollywood ages and ages ago. So anyway, okay, I'll leave you there, but I just want to say again, I know that this message will never get to Johnny Depp. He'll never see this or never know, I'm sure, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for doing this, and for fighting this, and for standing up for what's right, and standing up for the truth, and for standing against the moral outrage industry, and standing against the fake news press. It is not okay for them to write disgusting lies about people that damage them and hurt them. And it doesn't matter if it's a famous movie star like Johnny Depp, or if it's a private citizen, nobody like me who was living like a recluse at the top of a tower on Yale's campus. It's not okay. It's not okay to tell disgusting lies about people, and we have to find a way to stop them. We have to find a way to stop them, because they're getting people killed. They're destroying innocent lives, and they're getting people killed, and we have to find a way to stop them. So on that note, if you can, it would mean the absolute world to me if you donated to my legal fund. I'll have my GoFundMe and PayPal me links below, so that I can hopefully try to sue as many of these monsters, the New York Times in particular, who destroyed my life and almost got me killed before the statutes of limitation run out. Anyway, I love you all so much. Okay, take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.